Hello there, this is Prof. Utomi, and it's still Tuesday Tonic, and we're still looking at how do you save a country in a deep, flawed situation like Nigeria. But I think before you can solve a problem, you have to understand the challenges. So we've been trying to understand state failure in human history. We've been trying to understand how societies have failed in human history. We've been trying to understand why societies have succeeded in human history. And we've tried to isolate a number of these. And so we've spoken to Carlo Cipola's thesis on human stupidity and the fact that stupid people tend to dominate history. And that just direct rational thinking, which is how people like Habermas define democracy and modernity converging, don't quite do it because rationality doesn't completely work in the context of stupidity. I mean, stupid people might be very, very intelligent people, but who suspend thinking, who essentially, what do you say of a person who cheers when another person is being hurt, even if they will have no benefit themselves from that person being hurt? That concept of stupidity, which is a very dominant behavior in current Nigeria, needs to be approached, I think, by understanding the concept itself, one. And we need also to understand people like Bonhoeffer, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who says, look, you want to understand evil. Evil is a terrible thing, but evil knows who it is. And so you can actually be rational with evil. Worst part is the stupid, because there's no rationality with the stupid. And usually evil mobilizes the stupid to set the course that usually brings a country to where Germany got to. So during World War II with the Jews. And so we are in a situation in Nigeria where really I think part of the key is to begin to make people think of themselves. Are you stupid? Are you just an emotional, I don't know, wino who's being driven to act against your own self-interest? How do you define the common good that everybody embraces and builds shared values that ultimately leads to the success of all? How do you build a civilization of love, which is my own standard fare? I think that to lead is to love. Unless people love, they cannot lead. And so bringing all of this together means that we have to literally begin to ask people to identify themselves. Really, honestly reflect. Because every time that you say, yes, those people, whoever those people are, whether it's ethnicity, whether it's religion, whatever it is, those people. And what drives your logic is not the dignity of the human person. You want to do an examination of conscience. And then we want to begin to literally one by one isolate people who are still thinking, people who are not in the flood jam or flood slam of the flow of stupidity, and into these either islands or oases of rational thinking, people driven by the universal dignity of the human person, and then letting these oases or islands keep growing until we have a huge landmass, until we have a big lake of people who think of others as people and who think of human progress as creating institutional arrangements that allow people to create value that advances the problem-solving needs of society so that the quality of human life improves. Happiness, or its pursuit, is universally available to all, and we can be proud of who we are. The mission of Nigeria is the dignity of a black man, and somehow we lost it, and we failed the key question. Frantz Fanon put before us as a generation. How do we reclaim that dignity of a black man as a mission of our generation? This is what our continuing work on selecting the thinking, non-idiot, non-tribal, non-stupid into. And there are many, many who can make that cut. Are you one of them? This is Prof. Utomi. This is the Tuesday Tonic. We'll see you next week.